Allahu Akbar. Brothers and sisters, we have reached a point now where the deniers and the agents of disbelievers and Freemasons trap us with words such as fiction and try to say, what is your point? And when we have a wholesome perspective and we know the duality or the split or the opposites of everything, so we cannot understand. We know things by their opposites, and such things like how to decide our past. We have to look to the other side, or not the other side, but the duality. Now, what is fiction? Fiction is a probability. The probability of fiction. What is fact? Fact is certainty. Certainty of fact. So it is certain. It is certain. Like it is certain. Like science. Is that what it is? Or is it certain like faith? Certainty of fact. Certainty of fact has an opposite, and then it has a contradictory. And we say believers of the unseen, and the opposite is observers of the seen. Believers in the unseen have submitted to God, and have decided that God controls everything. Are convinced God controls everything, and that God has power over everything, and no one possesses power except God. And are vessels for God, in which God can act if He so chooses. And just as it says in the Quran, it was not you who threw, but it was God who threw. It was not you who did such and such a thing. I can't remember the right exact word. It was God. So, and another verse tells us, you are not as strong as they used to be, for there are new people who have joined you. So in the past, 100 of you could defeat 1,000. 200 of you could defeat 1,000, 2,000. Whereas now, 100 of you can defeat 1,000. I'll have to check the Quran. Okay, let's look at a few verses of the Quran. The first verse we look at concerns certainty. Do not say of the Arabs say they are mu'mins. They should not say this. What they should say is that they are Muslims, submitters, until belief has been established in their hearts. God manifests miracles to those who reach certainty. That's another verse in the Quran. And what I was looking for was what should I look for? The antipsychotics do affect the memory, short-term memory a lot. Really hard to reflect or retrace your thoughts once you've said things. And So certainty is about those who reach certainty, and God manifests in miracles to those who reach certainty, those who believe. And whereas those who spend their time thinking time is now, will find their particularizing, and particularization is evil, because they disbelieve in God and do not have a wholesome perspective. Like I said in that song, it's either the material or the spiritual, the temporal or the eternal, the particular or the whole. And as a child, we're told to hold pressure of wrong, and to, as youth, we have a body. As children, we have a soul to hold pressure of wrong. And as youth, you have a body to carry the weight of evil. And as elders, you have a mind to lift the sides of darkness. I had two comments, and the person asked me a question in the video about the rubbish, evil illusions of the mainstream music like Coldplay, Marley and Oasis, Radio, Queen, Beatles, Stars. Where I talked about the illusions and the delusions and illusions that they portray. Like the songs like Every Teardrop's a Waterfall, and then if you look at Radiohead talking about Wake from Your Sleep and Drown Me in Your Tears, or the song Tears by Stone Roses, or Oasis, all of the stars are fading away, try not to worry, you'll see them someday, take what you need and be on your way, stop crying your heart out. Now, the person here asked me a question of, do you think they're just talking fiction? Well, what was his actual quote? He said something. He said, how do you know the all words driving sound if you think it's rubbish? Also, do you think that most of the stuff sung about in these songs could be just fictional? That's where I had to start this video by arguing about probability of fiction and certainty of fact. In the probability of fiction, there's fear and greed and hatred. There's fear of poverty and to commit crime, to commit evil, whereas because they fed the illusions of Satan. Whereas in the certainty of fact, there is no fear, there is no grief, because God protects us and we seek refuge in God. God is omniscient, omnipotent and omnipresent. That's why I have to talk to you about fiction. And how do I know all these words? Well, my brother Sajid attended Oxford, and I was only 12 years old at the time, and I was very naive. Not naive, I was very young. And even back then, they were abusive to me and tried to make me snap, was mad. When they speak, it was madness. When they saw it was evil. Where they saw it was evil. What you hear was darkness. So, but I reached enlightenment, and mashallah, in my childhood I learned to hold pressure wrong, As a youth, I observe how to carry the weight of evil, and as an elder, inshallah, I'll know how to lift the sides of darkness, inshallah. Now we say sun, moon and star, and the fourth is the earth. Earth is man, humans, and God created humans through earth, and it is what we are. Sun is there, moon is here, stars everywhere. Earth can get a life and pretend it cares. Even in that song, I'm talking about the death of my brother or something like that. So maybe that's where they got their ideas from, by spying on Messiah, son of David. And whereas Messiah, son of David is truthful and blessed. Whereas the polytheists, the liars, and cursed. Because to them it's a game. To us, you know what it is to us. Inshallah, God will guide us to the right path. Inshallah. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Because God saved me from their narrative, from their storyline, and linked me to their story, freed me from their story, and made them part of our story instead. Bus trips not very important. I didn't know how those bananas couldn't come about, and I thought I've got the stars like a part to play or something, as they were called at the time. But I've learned many things since then. I've written 3 books since then, produced another album or 2. I produced my last album during that time. Last year, 2009.